All right. Good morning, everyone. How we doing? Good morning. Good morning. It's Wednesday, January 7th. NQ gapping a bit lower this morning. We did see a test of that 25,800 key area of resistance. It's pretty clear there on the 2-hour chart during yesterday's session and into the close. Price actually broke that level. Let's take a look at the intraday action. So, had the initial inside day break. That was a phenomenal opportunity early in the sesh. Late morning, we get a bit of consolidation right through here. And then for the afternoon, just a rally up into about 840, 25 840 ish, 25 838. So a handful of pretty nice opportunities from yesterday's session. Pretty clean inside day break. Now, this morning, for the most part, we're in a very similar location, right? We want to see how price contends with this area of resistance right here at 800. Remember, there's a pretty big zone on the daily time frame chart. All right, look at that. Look at all the resistance through that, right through, just right through this zone. So we know it's a major pivot. It may take some time to digest. We may have to wait on NFP, which is on Friday, to really determine what's going to be happening here. As far as what I'll be doing and watching for today, pretty straightforward. I want to see how price responds to the 25,800, especially early on in the sesh. We do have jolts at 10 a.m. So we do have some economic data at 10 a.m., which can potentially be market moving. But early in the session, I just want to see, are buyers going to be able to show any sort of acceptance, continued acceptance above 25,800? Are we going to see sellers continue to defend this zone? If we do see action, if we do see acceptance above 800, pretty simple, looking for overnight high and then up into 900. Pretty straightforward game plan. We've got a good level to work with. So let's see what that open looks like, which is in about 90 seconds here. Thirty seconds till the open. Overnight volume point of control, extended hours volume point of control is at 772. Overnight low is 727. Prior day high 837 and overnight high 844. There's your open. Quick test of 800. It's prior day value area high right through there. 775. Extended hours volume point of control. Pretty good volume right off the open, per usual. Per usual. See, ES tested that prior day high, overnight high. Silver this morning, just crazy again. That's silver. Volatile. Down 5.5%. So we're watching 800. There's a session high. Just kind of hanging out here near 25,810. It's value area high, the extended hour sesh. Speaking of which, NASDAQ fresh highs. Not seeing any entry through there, so just kind of observing. We'll see how this prior day high, overnight high area is going to be treated. ES is retesting prior day high, overnight high area. Volume tapering, yeah, below average already. Below average volume. We do have jolts at 10. There's a retest of 800. So prior day high rejected on that initial test. ES as well. Pretty much mirrored. Just getting right back into the highs there. Low volume. You can see it pretty plainly right here. Low volume. See if we get a fresh high here. It's a decent little test at 800. Question is, can it show any follow through now up through the highs, up through prior day high, overnight high, 845. The fresh high being made. So here's prior day high, 837. That's better. There's an overnight high. Needs to hold above. And to hold above 844, I'll trail 833.5 here, just beneath prior day high. Oh, I forgot to enable the visual for the trail. I'll do that. Talked about that yesterday. The idea, like we talked about before the open, was wanted to see if we had any acceptance above 25,800. So we get the initial push above 800. Price comes back and retests. Just look for buyers there. But I don't love this volume. So after this, we'll wait till 10 a.m. Wait till data. Make it trailed out right now. 833.5. This zone must hold overnight high, prior day high area. Okay, good retest and hold. Price needs to make a fresh high on the session. I'll lift the trail just beneath 840. Go 839.25. Yeah, the opening 15-minute bar is getting ready to close as well. There's the trail, trailed out. All right, first trade on the morning complete. It's within the main idea discussed at 25,800. At this point, I'm inclined to wait for 10 a.m. just based on the volume we're seeing below average. Opening 15-minute bar closes bullish. Still in a major resistance zone here. That said, once price clears 900, pretty much gonna go for all-time highs. It's not even that much of a stretch, really. Another 500 points. Likely not in a single day, but that'll be the higher time frame, daily time frame target. Caught that one, Rich? Nice. It's back-to-back days in the same trade, man. Nice work. Trail may have been a tad early. I moved it before fresh high was made. Here's that fresh high now. Part of the game. Nasdaq new high of day, and 900 is still that upside target. Look at that volume. So what is it? Just eyeballing that, maybe 50, 60% of the average at this time? Look at that 30-minute candle before the bell. That looks nice. It always gives a good clue right there. A little hammer. Volume point of control for the regular sessions up here at 855. Now there was I didn't see that until right now. There was a little unfilled gap here that has now been filled for the gap fill enjoyers. See that there? From December 26th into December 29th. NASDAQ, another little retest there right at overnight high. I'm just chilling right now. Wait till 10, 7 minutes. Got one trade on the morning. Basically a little scalp. Trailed a little too tight there. Bagged about 30 points. I'll just wait for 10 a.m. See what Jolts has in store for us with NQ right into key higher time frame resistance. Yeah, YM puking right now, so definitely seeing some rotations. YM marked a fresh all-time high yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Volume still telling the whole story right now. A little bit of drift higher continues. Fresh highs being made. 25,880. About 20 points shy. We may see 900 right into 10 a.m. All right, 2 minutes till 10. Two mins. Post 10 a.m. I really want to see volume come in. Need to see that volume come in. Here we go. There's 10 a.m. There's prior day high. Gotta love 10 a.m. reversal time. Got to love it. A little uptick in volume now. That's better. What is that? Maybe 50% intraday? Yeah, right there. You got ES rolling over as well. So my game plan remains the same here. Watching that 800 level of interest. Start to see a failure there. You may get some early clues on a higher time frame rejection of this zone, this major resistance zone. About 5 minutes before, right into 10 a.m. Exhaustion. NQ just sitting on value area low for the regular sesh. You have ES marking a session low, so new low of day for S&P. Value area low holds. Retest the overnight high, prior day high. Still just with my one trade this morning. Staying patient here. Hmm. Yeah, tricky spot. Tricky spot. Not in a big rush right now to put on additional exposure. So value area low holds. You got VWAP right in that area as well. Sellers so far really fail to show any meaningful follow through. Getting back into the highs. So if we could see well, you have 900 right there. If we could see a high and then maybe a retest into session volume point of control, prior day high, overnight high area, might be a worthwhile entry. Let's see. Just see how it builds, how it develops. Volume just shifts back to slightly below average. Personally, it's so tough to take longs into a major area of resistance, especially on low volume. D-Wall, you got the FBZ, Fit Buy Zone? I like that attempt there with the value area low as well. VWAP as well. So you kind of have the confluence of multiple reference points. He's talking about this right here. Pretty nice. Well done. With a different context, I'd probably be more willing to take that trade with you, but given current location, for me that's a tough one. 'Sam, what's up, man? Good to see ya. Nice trade. 5 minute. Not super compelling. It's the nice thing about trading. If you don't love what you see, you do not have to engage with price. You always have the choice. Always have the choice to do nothing. That's the beauty. 'Rich constraint when I don't see easy money.' Yeah, that's what it's all about right there. That is, in my opinion, one of the harder aspects of trading to master is just doing nothing. And really, I mean, it really just comes down to boredom. Can you just sit there? Can you just sit there and be happy with, a flat day? Let's see. What I was looking at was economic data for tomorrow. We have jobless claims tomorrow at 8:30. Really, the big one is Friday, NFP on Friday, and then MCS on Friday as well. Oh, golf break. All right, the daily hole. Let's see. D well, surprisingly low volume. Yeah, Yeah, that's what I love about this tool. It's just objectively we can look at it. There's no guessing involved. It's like the tool just tells you, is it low volume or not? Yes, right now it's low volume. To be honest, the 800 entry was the only quality trade. I would agree that was the highest quality entry this morning so far. The 10 a.m. short definitely had some merit based on higher time frame area of resistance. It just did not really show any follow through. So I think that was a good idea that just didn't work personally. All right, volume is really tapering down. We may have a lower high in the making. Remember, I talked about wanting to see a fresh high before trying any action through here. So that's for now, that's disqualified. NQ has not made a fresh high. If this ends up being a lower high and then this structure point gives out, we'll see how 800 is treated. The thing is ES is pounding the lows. Fresh lows on ES. It could get a little more interesting here in a bit. What am I doing? Just try to put headphones on top of headphones. Yeah, S&P marking the lows. 6978.5 is a low on ES. YM just downtrend day. NQ did not mark a fresh high. You got all the volume from the session up there near 850. I don't really want a long that badly based on all of that. So, man, I'll keep an eye on how 800 is going to be treated. But like I said a few minutes ago, it's when price is bumping into these major. Oh, not this again. What are we doing? What is going on here? What is the deal? I just lose market data or something instead of reload on this. There we go. When price is bumping into these major areas of resistance, like just look, multi-month area of resistance here. It's like, do you really want to be long up into that major pivot on average volume, on below average volume? Certainly can, but it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite trade, just because I view it as kind of a lower odds opportunity. And this is always this is one of the more challenging kind of segments of trading where you have, we see this on both sides, but where you have a little bit of kind of a near-term trend move, we're 2 3 days higher. It's been strong the past couple of days, but price is coming into a major area of resistance. Same thing when they're selling and price is coming into a major area of support. It's like you have these kind of opposing forces. Those are typically the zones I want to be doing less, just kind of leaning off the keys a little bit and just kind of waiting for more market generated information. Let price kind of tell you what it wants to do in that area. Almost 1 hour into the session. How's everyone's morning so far anyway? What's it looking like? So, value area low, just holding again as support. One scratch, green, tiny red, all good. Red cash flat, riding NQ long. One for two, scratch. Yeah, it's kind of a scratch environment so far, at least today. I just got my 30 points. 30 yoints on the morning. That's it. And NQ is compressing. All right, we may as well golf. We may as well play the daily hole. Let's go. Par 33. Rich, what was your score today? Oh, terrible start. Full send. Okay. Hmm. Here we go. I don't know why I do this to myself. Rich. 50 plus, then tilted and hit refresh. Oh man. This is kindofhardgolf.com, Dave. They have a daily hole. I don't even know how I stumbled across this, but it's kind of fun when the market's a little slower. Just kill time while we wait for more market generated information, more structure to build out. Stuff like this, I mean, it's kind of silly, but it helps with patience, right? Patience is just it's honestly just distracting yourself from whatever it is you're trying to stay patient for. So if that's playing golf, then so be it. It's what I need for my trigger finger. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. All right. Another full send. Does that count? Is that a checkpoint? Ooh, this one is sketchy. All right. A little bit more. Uh. So NQ, potentially another lower high right there. See how this structure breaks. Okay. I think you had to go up there. Oh. All right. There we go. Think you got a full send this one right here. Yep. There it is. All right. Des, running a 2023 Corvette Stingray when you go back home. That should be sweet, man. Let me know how you like the C8. Yeah, I have a C7 Z06. Right now it's in the shop getting more horsepower. Should pick it up tomorrow. 700 was not enough. Let's see. There we go. Matt, I'm a Porsche guy, but really like the C8. Yeah, I'm definitely a big Porsche fan as well. the problem with Porsche is you need to get into like the GT series, GT3, GT3 RS, GT2, or like a Turbo S to really have a fast one. The base 911s are just they're not going to do it, you know? It's not going to do it. My perspective anyway on the 911. I had a 911 that I sold. Targa. 911 Targa. There we go. NQ's back into highs. So this may end up actually testing 900. We'll see. Sam, you got a Turbo S for me? My man. Yeah, I like the turbos. The thing is, though, is then I want a manual, so it's like it's tough. It's tough. Also, like the GT4 RS. That thing's crazy. But there's nothing out there that drives like a Porsche. At least a 911. Not driven the GT4, so I can't comment on that. I don't. Oh, you know what I can do? Wait a minute. I got that checkpoint. There we go. Still running NQ long. I probably would have trimmed some up there, Des, personally. That's just me. We got some divergence here. ES versus NQ. NQ still trading below average volume, so damn. What am I trying to get the horsepower to on the vet? Oh man, that's tough to answer. I don't know. The last time I sent it in, I thought it was enough, and then you just kind of get used to it, and you're like, well, what would a little more feel like, you know? Like let's go a little faster. Let's see. Problem is you start losing the ability to actually put the power down to actually have traction. This last one, I have no idea how you beat this. This is probably where Rich got stuck. Mario, thank God I'm not a car guy. Yeah. Uh, big problems. Yeah. Seriously. Seriously. I mean, the more you spend, the more you spend, man. It's like it's an expensive hobby. So NQ's making fresh highs. Let's take a look at this. Don't own horses either if you don't want problem. I've heard that. I've heard that about horses. I think that can get far, far more expensive. From what I've heard. From what I've heard. But like they say, there's always a bigger boat. There's there's always gonna be a bigger boat in the marina. Just gotta try not to play that comparison game. You can always spend more. You can always get the nicer villa. So it's a very slippery slope. Buying horses is okay, keeping them is not. Yeah, the maintenance. This- See, that's the same thing with cars. Probably boats too. I've never owned a boat, but from what I've heard. All right, NQ 900. So consolidation is breaking to the upside. Let's get an update here. Update on the higher time frame. Definitely starting to clear some of this resistance from December. Really just looking at the kind of the Christmas high right through there, marked in red on the chart. So what I wanted to see, remember we talked about 10 a.m., the reclaim, fresh high, and then a retest into this area. Did not did not pan out how I wanted because one of the conditions I was looking for was the fresh high and then the retest and then the bounce. What we actually saw was a lower high, just basically compression, right? On another day, maybe you may find me in there, but today, like I said, into major resistance. I just really don't have the conviction for that entry personally. So NQ, here's last week's high being tested right now. Yeah, Mario, I'm thinking the same. Longs are tough. The shorts didn't work. So kind of what I was talking about with these more major pivots. Better to just let price kind of show you with some higher time frame structure. I'll give it a little more time here. A little bit more. See if we get one more opportunity. Still just with my one trade on the morning. Oh, we get some news. Hello. Let's check the feeds. Let's see. Big volume coming in. D well. Oh man. Huge volume coming in. I don't have anything in the feeds yet. Yeah, I don't see anything in the news feeds. Oh, here we go. China asks tech companies to halt NVIDIA H200 chip orders. That might be it right there. What is this? Get out of here. Yeah, that was it. That was the NVIDIA news. Okay. Wow, look at NVIDIA right into overnight high. All right. What is going on with my... Did I just lose my data subscription? What the hell? No, we're back. TradingView is having some issues. So NQ comes back, retests, intraday structure, value area low, VWAP. Could have been a decent scalp. I was not prepared for that personally. But sometimes those can be nicely lucrative opportunities for... It's kind of a return into the structure, return to value for the day. The thing is you're going to have to be on like a 15 or 30-second chart to capture that with a meaningful entry anyway. You guys got the scalp. Nice. Nice work. Good speed. Good focus. For moves like that, you have at least 30-second reaction to take the trade. Yeah, so basically you start to see that volatility come in on big volume. It's obviously a news move. I still would need a signal bar. So typically, I'll wait for that signal to close, and then my usual entry parameters through signal bar high. And we're just looking for, I mean, ideally the highs, but more so just kind of like a snapback, a little snapback bounce, a little mean reversion based trade. How does the autopilot algo handle price action like this? I don't think it's traded today. Let me see. Yeah, there's nothing today. Yesterday, NQ caught massive winner. Oh, can you see that? Not really. There we go. NQ, this APT autopilot trader. Two longs yesterday. One just immediately stopped, and then the next one just massive win, massive afternoon win. But today, oh, it's long right now. It just got long. So that's kind of how it looks. Fully automated. So I try not to look at it throughout the day personally because I find it quite distracting from my own personal trading. So the idea is to have it be, at least for me, true automation, true hands free. Just let it work. Let the law of large numbers pan out. And right now I'm working on automating more of my strategies, but it's a very long process to get it right. So there's another little bounce we can see from prior day high, overnight high. At this point, best bet is just to treat this like a sideways range until it breaks again. It's a little bit tight. How many points are we talking about here? 60 points, 59 points, give or take. And that's at the very edge. So from this spot, you'd be talking about 60 points. I like, if I'm going to trade a structure like that, I typically want it a little bit wider because you have to account for not only the stop, but the distance that your signal bar is going to be. So unless you're just buying the edges with like a limit order, which I don't personally do, I wait for a signal bar. Some of that range, some of that structure is going to be given up. See how the highs are going to be treated here. APT is showing you I took a short position around 910. Oh man, I got a long here that just hit PT1 actually. But this is V3. Are you on V3? V3 5 minute. Almost 11 a.m. I'll still look for one more opportunity here next 10, 12 minutes. Then likely just call it a morning with my 30 points on the day. It's not my favorite sort of action. We're low volume. We're into a major higher time frame pivot. So it just make psychologically and really from a technical perspective makes the longs tough. Makes them tough. So that was the trade earlier, kind of the main idea I wanted. Long versus 800 if price showed acceptance above 800. Case could have been made because we can see, look how price retested my entry area multiple times. So if I had more conviction, or if the higher time frame setup was a little bit different, typically you'll find me in those re-entries. But like I've explained a few times now, just did not have the conviction for it, which is fine. I mean, it's not really a problem. It's just the realities of trading. Nasdaq marking a fresh high there. ES is back in a prior day high. There's a true test of 900. See these next 5 6 minutes. So we got into 11 a.m. Volume, for the most part, still just below average. On the daily, it has room to go to 26K. Yeah, it's upside level. Once all these have, has the Christmas high been cleared? Yeah, yeah. So once this high is cleared, 26, 25,935, excuse me. And really, it's 26K and then the all time high, if you ask me. It was breaking a multi month area of resistance. All right, about 3, 4 more minutes. See if we get another entry around 11. Otherwise, calling it there. All right, let's see if we get any 11 a.m. move or not. Volume just like 20, 30% of the average right now. Here's your historical average for this time of day. Here's where you're currently at. It's terrible. All right, folks. I'm going to call right there. One trade on the morning, fairly uneventful on my end. NQ making fresh highs now. So, really, main focus for late morning is whether buyers can break this resistance, this last little area of resistance from basically Christmas Day. Then it really opens up to 26K and beyond. With this volume, I could just do a slow grind rest of the day. Yeah, some of my least favorite trading right there, personally. So I rather just take my small green day and call it, to be honest, which I think I will do. Hope you guys had a good morning. We'll be live again tomorrow. In the meantime, we'll keep it going in the Traders Think Tank. Thanks for your time today and have a great rest of your day. Take care, folks.